How you doing, folks? I'm Gary and this is the Kilted Drummer. Welcome back to the dining room, folks, and another wee episode here in the channel. If this is the first time you've popped on and after watching this and maybe having a look through some of the other content, you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button. Give us a wee thumbs up for the videos, and if you want you can hit the notification bell and that'll keep you up to date as other videos are added to the channel. Okay, what I've decided to grab for this wee episode is this. Now it looks like it's an unbranded bottle, but actually it's a bottle of Dalwhinnie Winter Gold. It had been in the freezer when it got wet and the label came off. With it getting towards Christmas here, the freezer started to get full, so this came out of the freezer and it's been sat at the side. But as we talk about this dram, due to the fact that they like it to be sort of served frozen, what I did was moved some over into a smaller bottle so that we can do it frozen and unfrozen. Okay then, so Dalwhinnie, I've looked at Dalwhinnie 15-year-old before. Dalwhinnie is distillery on the sort of the A9 south side of the Highlands, heading down towards Perth. It's quite a picturesque distillery, but it's also quite a barren area around about it. There's a little sort of, it's not even a village, it's just a wee collection of houses next to it at the wee place Dalwhinnie. It's not a massively big populated area. It gets really quite cold in Dalwhinnie with the hills round about it, often lots of snow there. And what Diageo, who own Dalwhinnie Distillery, they have decided that during the winter months at Dalwhinnie, they would use the liquid that's produced during those winter months to make this dram, which is called Dalwhinnie Winter Gold. It's a non-age statement whisky and it comes out at 43% ABV. What I'm going to do for this, I'm going to pour this, which is the unfrozen, into a glass. We can have a wee play with that one. And then what I'm going to do, I've got this one here. Don't know if you can see it, it's a bit chilly, frozenish. And I'm going to put this one into another glass so you can see if there's a difference when it's been through the freezer, as they sort of suggest the dram is. Well, fingers and thumbs. Okay, like I said, 43%, so it's just slightly up above the 40%. Okay, at that low ABV, there's no sort of nasal burn or high alcohol sort of burn there. Quite fresh smelling. Peaches, honey. I almost want to say like, probably say roughly stone, like wet pebbles or something like that. I can't quite explain that sort of aroma that's coming off it, but it's almost like water on a wet pebble or rock or something like that. There's a bit of heather, sort of, or no, honeysuckle maybe? Something floral, but not overly sort of pungently, you know, the aroma isn't like an overkill floral. It's, yeah, I would say probably something more like, not manicured flowers or anything like that, but just sort of wild grown sort of flowers. I really don't know if that makes sense. But it's fresh, it does, there is a freshness about it. Okay. The honey comes through again there. If you've ever had, I think they've got heather honey, which is a slightly different kind of honey. It's again more floral. There's that kind of florally honey sort of taste in the palate. It's quite short. It's not it's not long in it. Just towards the end there, there's a slight pepperiness, slight burn pepperiness there. When I was pouring the difference in the two drams there, you know, I kind of visually, I kind of noticed a slight difference in the sort of the liquid. I'm not going to say this is watery, but when I look at this in a minute, you'll maybe see a slight difference in there. Nothing startling, nothing amazing. You know, it's slightly honey, sweety, floral, slight earthiness. Maybe that's where I'm getting that wet pebbliness. Slight earthiness about it. Not bad, not bad. Let's have a wee look at what has come from the freezer. Now, what I was saying is, it seems to be, what's that word they use? I don't know. It's more syrupy. Let's just say, I can't think of the word now. It begins with a V, but it's gone clear out of my head. It seems to be slightly thicker now that it's been in the freezer. It's been in, I think I had that in there sort of probably about 4 days it's been in there. I'm even looking at it. Yeah, it seems to be a slight sort of heavier consistency about it after having come out of the freezer compared to what is in there. Probably not as apparent on there, but yeah, it's definitely sort of a slightly, I don't want to say watery, that's probably, but yeah, it's not as, I don't know, creamier before. That word's going to do my head in. Once I've stopped recording, I'll go off and I'll think of the word. But yeah, coming through the freezer, and it seems to be a little bit more sort of syrupy almost. When I'm looking at the actual colours, you can probably see it as well that there is that bright goldenness here, and there's almost that sort of almost that mistiness, you know, that's coming through on that there. The honey seems brighter in the dram that's come from the freezer. There seems a slight edge more of the honey, but the floral seems higher in the I suppose room temperature dram. It's actually about -4 here in the Highlands at the moment, so room temperature's like -4 anyway. Yeah, the honey seems to come through more in the dram that's come from the freezer. The floral side of it has died down. Doesn't seem as fresh or as that earthy that I was getting across on there. Obviously it's colder when coming into the mouth, so I'm giving it a little bit of a second there, but initially it seems a lot spicier. Yeah, initially straight off, I said towards the end I got the pepperiness on the room temperature dram. On the dram that's come from the freezer, the pepperiness seems to be there from the off as soon as it hit the mouth, but that honey is still there. It doesn't taste as fresh as that one did. There's a slight, almost sort of medicinal side to the chilled one. I know here in the UK, we have a blend of sort of cough lozenges, cough sweeties, lockets, and they're like a hard medicinal candy sweet that has a honey inside them. You're supposed to like suck them, they melt away in your mouth, help your throat with the release of the honey, and it's almost that. It's like those in the UK will know what I'm talking about. It's like having lockets when you've got like a cold or something and you're trying to help your throat. And it's almost got that consistency as well of the honey, that sort of stickiness coming down your throat now. Again, it's nothing startling. It's an interesting sort of looking at the two of them at different temperatures and how they've slightly altered. And this still seems to have that sort of thicker consistency about it than the room temperature dram does. This is it's about £45, give or take. You may find it cheaper. I think it was about £43. It was, I think maybe my mother-in-law or somebody bought that for me, I think last Christmas, and as you can see, there's not really much has gone from it since then. But yeah, interesting little, I suppose, experiment. It's always good to try different things. Like I said, this will probably still sit here now until at the same time next year. And looking at that, you know, it's going to be there for the next 4 or 5 years at least anyway, unless I can put it out to any guests that come round to the house. Dalwhinnie Winter's Gold. Let's just say it's interesting, folks. Which one will we go for? Slange.